Welcome back, America. I promised this year that I was going to get everybody educated on the growing crime of home title theft and really stealing your equity, because that's really what it is. This month, every week, we're going to do a segment and bring you into some new details. Massive new case in Detroit, Michigan that just shows how fast growing and terrible this crime is. It's more than home title theft. It is stealing your most valuable asset in your portfolio. Well, joining me now is someone who can help answer a lot of those questions. He's a former FBI special agent as well as a licensed private investigator. He is Tom Simon. Tom, great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, John.
All right, this is a pretty remarkable moment. We've been talking about this crime for a couple of years now, but a local nonprofit director gets charged with a pernicious deed fraud scheme targeting low-income people in Detroit. This is like the worst case scenario, isn't it?
It is, because we have vulnerable victims in this case, people who were actually gone to this charity to try to get help with because they were behind on their property taxes, only to have their houses stolen out from under them by this woman who was arrested by the FBI.
Unbelievable, just crazy. And it also shows how systematic and easy it is to do. There really are no protections. These county clerks or register of deeds, they've got no say. If that document comes in signed, they got to process it, right?
In their defense, their job is not to investigate the validity of a deed coming into their office that's going to transfer title from one person to another. They're solely, by statute, allowed to record those deeds in the public record. So unless you're keeping track of the status of your own home title, there's really no one watching the store.
Yeah, that's so great. That's why it's so important. All right, so in the past, a lot of these cases are a one-to-one relationship. One bad guy pulls off a scheme, rips some people off, and then eventually gets caught. Here, it looks like you had a ring almost working, because the indictment talks about other people playing with this nonprofit director to create this, and I think there were about 30 properties that they stole. Do you think this could be a trend line that now you're going to see rings committing this together?
Well, we've seen this before, right? I investigated a case when I was an FBI agent in Honolulu against a couple, John and Julianne Demetrian, who were stealing equity from the homes of people. And they're fugitives to this very day, being hunted by the FBI. I retired before I could catch them, so I failed in that regard. But they got a lot of people. Then we take a look at a case from Chicago where it was an actual county clerk accepting $200 bribes to file false deeds so they could steal equity. And so this isn't a brand new crime, but it's something that appears to be increasing, probably due to the use of AI and easy photo editing software, like where you could attach fake names and fake signatures to documents to file them with the county clerk.
You obviously remember a case poignantly yourself, because you wanted to solve it and you know how victimized the victims were. But a lot of times law enforcement doesn't have this as a top priority, particularly at the local level, because they got so many other things to work about. Tell us a little bit about the limitations of what local police particularly can do.
Well, again, I'm a big fan of local police, so I'm not here to denigrate them,
right.
And I know you are as well, John. But the fact of the matter is most police departments are overworked, and the idea of kind of a sophisticated paper caper that may actually go beyond the jurisdiction of their county often isn't a high priority for local police. So, and the other thing is a lot of these cases go unreported because people just don't know what to do about it. They spend a fortune on civil attorneys to try to unwind the mess and restore that home back into their own name.
Yeah, and that's a lot. I've talked to people who actually either went to law enforcement, went to a prosecutor, say this is probably better if you just go get a civil attorney. That's a big process once you go the civil route, isn't it?
It is, and it's incredibly expensive. I mean, you know and I know how much lawyers cost, and the idea of hiring an attorney when you've done nothing wrong to unwind the situation and get this home back into your name can end up being very expensive. And it's also terrifying because while that's happening, you continue to get foreclosure notices from the bank that lent on this home as collateral.
A lot of us are too busy to go and check on our title every few weeks. So tell us how Home Title Lock makes this a much easier process to protect what is really our most valuable asset for most of us.
Yeah, like you said, you drive yourself crazy trying to check the status of your home title every single day. So Home Title Lock offers a service that they call triple lock protection, where they're going to monitor the status of your title, and they're going to notify you if anything should go sideways with that, or if there's any change whatsoever, including a lien being placed on your property. And then the third thing is if the bad guy is able to get away with transferring the title of your property to someone else, they're going to spend $1 million on attorneys to restore that home back into your name so you can sleep easy.
Yeah, and by the way, that is a remarkable thing because lawyers are pretty expensive. Having that protection is going to give someone the peace to sleep at night, not worry about it. It's such an easy thing, and we have such a great partnership. What I love about Home Title Lock is they have so many great law enforcement experts that work with them, like yourself. They really understand how the crime is committed, and that's how they're protecting us so well. That's a big part of this company, the law enforcement connection, right?
They are the perfect goalie in this hockey game against home title defrauders. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's it. That's a great analogy. Goalie, absolutely. Tom Simon, what a great honor to have you on the show. Thanks for your service to your country as an FBI agent. Thanks for making us a lot wiser to fight this crime. It's great to have you on today.
Thank you for having me on, John.
Yeah, what a great conversation. All right, folks, we'll be back in just 2 minutes. But before we go, we have a special partnership with Home Title Lock. Go over to HomeTitleLock.com. Use the special promo code JTN, that stands for Just the News, to get a free title history report and a free trial of their $1 Million Triple Lock protection. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code JTN. Go do it. Sleep better tonight once you've done it. All right, we'll be back in a second with more news.